And also, this being a Chinese car, we have, these graphics, which isn't something that's going to come to the European market. This middle seat moves to the middle. This is insane. Oh my God, imagine just, going on a road trip here, sleeping. This is the most insane thing about this car. There is a projector. That is insane. I have no other words for. Hey guys, and welcome to an exclusive look at the new Aito 8 or the Seres Aito M8, because Aito and Seres, they're going to merge into one brand once this comes to Europe in 2026 or 2027. This is a very cool car. So in today's video, I'm going to give you guys a tour of the interior, the exterior, and then I'm going to talk about some of the specs. And this is the very first car in Europe, so it may not be a world premiere, but it is a European premiere. Before we continue with this video, I want to ask you guys one small favor that is completely free but takes you 2 seconds but means a whole lot to me, and that is hitting that subscribe button down below. We're really trying to hit 60,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and we are very, very close. And also the car brands, like for example Seres and other brands, really care about subscriber count, and the more subscribers I have, the more premieres like this, the more launches and test drives I will be invited to. So it doesn't only help me out, but it helps out the content you guys get here on the channel. Chances are, if you're watching this video, you may actually be looking at a used electric car. That is where Carvertical comes handy. Carvertical lets you run a report to see if the car you're currently interested in has ever been stolen, damaged, had an odometer rollback, or has been messed with in any other way. The Tesla Model Y is one of the most popular EVs you can buy, and there are a tons for sale around the world. For example, searching the VIN on this Model Y for sale, you can see that it was in a crash just a year ago and had a lot of damage. You would never know that without running a Carvertical report. With Carvertical, you can check any car's history in 35 different countries. Play it safe when purchasing your next new car and run a Carvertical report today. Use promo code ChrisRifa to get a 20% discount. So huge thanks to Carvertical for sponsoring this video. If we start with the front end, this is not, to my knowledge, a copy of any European car. This is distinct, its own thing, and it may be a little bit bland, a little bit boring, but I also think it is very clean, and unlike something like a Hongqi EHS9, which is kind of vulgar, I rather prefer a clean piece of design like this. So a very clean and sharp light bar. I really like, the thin light bar strip. You have the Aito badging there. When this comes to Europe, they're doing a little bit of rebranding. It's going to be called Seres Aito now, instead of Seres and Aito being separate brands. So this has the old logo, but it's going to be called Seres Aito in the future. Very clean, open, clean, flat surfaces here, a little bit of waviness, but not too much happening. I like that, but the highlight of the front end design are these really, really cool headlights. So, you have the normal projectors here for low beams and high beams, but you have, this star sky type of pattern, which in person looks really, really cool. Details down there also in chrome and blacked out also. Just a very clean design. I'm also liking this silver paint color. It is quite bright, but also quite deep and metallic. And moving over to the side, looking at this in profile, it is a very big car. I'm going to put the specs on the screen for you guys now. Almost 5.2 meters long, but it's very classy and elegant. The more time I've spent here looking at this car, I really, really like the proportions. It's not trying to do something crazy, not something insane. It's just very classy and proportional in the way it looks. And also these huge 21-inch wheels, these almost monoblock style spoke wheels look very clean and classy. I think that is a very correct design. Also the painted, wheel arches here just makes it look expensive. Chrome details there where you have, a camera. You have these big, big mirrors. The doors, I'm going to show you them a little bit later. They are pretty cool. They are electric, but in a good way. Chrome detail here, just breaking up the design just a little bit, and also chrome details there. You can see it is a very tall car. I'm 5'11" or 180 centimeters, and I think this is almost as tall as I am. You have the charge port here. So the specific car we have here is the range extended hybrid, but it was launched as a full EV just a few months ago, and that's the car that is coming to Norway at least, and to Europe, but they may also drop, the range extended version in other European markets. Just really like the stance of this car. Of course, we do have, air suspension, and this is very Mercedes GLS, but without looking like a copy. It's just really weighty here, and I think this portion just finishes off the design really, really nicely. I mean, there is of course inspiration, maybe copying from Western brands, but I think the execution here, it's not like, oh, that's a copy of a GLS. It's like, oh, that looks inspired. I really like the size of it, and standing next to it, it doesn't seem as big as the numbers suggest. And I think that is a good thing. It's big, has presence without looking massive and being intimidating. From this angle, I can see copy or inspiration from another vehicle, a brand that the Chinese like to copy and get inspiration from, and that is the Porsche Cayenne, the internal combustion engine version. It looks very Cayenne-like, especially if you're like right head-on the rear. It is very Cayenne-like, but of course with its own details. For example, this more upright rear glass is not Cayenne, but the actual shape of it is very Cayenne. But I do like, the light bar here that, mirrors the one in front, and also this being a Chinese car, we have, these graphics, which isn't something that's going to come to the European market. There's a dog there running across, which is actually pretty cool. So as I've said throughout the video, I'm going to throw the numbers on the screen for you guys now, because this was very last minute. I'm not prepared for this at all. I don't know much about this car, so I'm just here on a Saturday shooting. This is a 3-row version we have here with 6 seats. You can also get it in a 2-row version with 5 seats, but as far as I know, you can't get it in a 7-seater. And also, this is quite low. Not the best. Maybe it's because the suspension is down. But okay, so you have a row here. I'm going to show you that from the interior later on, but we can absolutely fold down the seats. So you press that button, the second row goes forward, and let's see if these fold down into the floor. There we go. Can you just, yeah, okay, it's just one touch operation, so that's not bad. And then we have quite a huge cargo space here. Also a little bit of underfloor storage, not a lot, just a small cubby there. But yeah, this is a spacious trunk. So this has some electric doors. You can press a button here and it opens up automatically, and then it will stop. And then if I move away, it actually opens up all the way. That is actually pretty cool. There's also a button here to close the door. So usually I'm not a fan of these electric doors. This though, the way this works automatically, is one of the best I've ever seen in any car. But if you pull the door handle like normally, it will just pop out, and then you can just open it and close it like a normal door. And the thing is, the resistance in the door here, yes, there's a little bit of resistance, but is nothing close to what you feel with other servos. So this is a nice implementation. Of course, you have soft close doors there. Let's see if we can do that. It should be soft closed. There we go. And also there is a side step that comes out here, which is actually pretty cool. And then to close the door, you can put your foot on the brake, and then it closes automatically. Easy entry, easy access, and the steering wheel comes to you, and then the seat moves forward. I'm not a huge fan of that. I think that's just annoying when you're using a car. But now we are in the interior, and this is quite an impressive interior. So pricing, we don't know what this is going to cost, exactly when it comes to Europe in 26 or 27. But they're talking about this, a fully spec'd battery electric version costing somewhere around 85,000 euros. And that's a lot of money, but also a lot of car. Because when you look at this interior, yes, you have, all of these screens that you do have in typical, Chinese fashion. The, infotainment system here is actually quite quick and responsive. Big icons, easy to use. So this is actually pretty cool. You have a passenger display over there, but overall material quality is actually very nice. You have nice and smooth leather here on the steering wheel, on the airbag cover. There's some type of leather type of material here on the center console. You have this wood type of material, dual chargers there, and also your air vents. You have, I think, what looks like to be a tweeter, which is like with some kind of crystal and lighting effects. Also here on the doors, you have, you know, beautiful materials. It just feels like a high quality space. And also these seats are so comfortable with these headrests. They're cooled, they're heated, of course, and with massaging function. You have a sunroof here. One thing that is a bit disappointing is that this isn't like in any type of Alcantara microfiber type of material. It's just fabric. So that lets down the interior just a little bit, but I'm nitpicking now because this is an impressive space. But what is even more impressive is the rear seats. I mean, these rear doors actually work. The first like electric doors I've tested in a Chinese car that actually work. And they open up wide, and once you're here, there is a lot of room. So is there a button? So you have to press this button to close the doors. And here in the second row, this is luxurious, it's spacious. You have two captain chairs here, fully electric and reclinable. And you have beautiful cup holders here. You have heating, cooling, massaging. You can lay down this almost as like a bed. It is so nice here in the rear. And then you have these beautiful coffee tables that look like they just came out of either a Rolls-Royce or a private jet. Super high quality. It is just so impressive. And then if I press this button here, so the seat moves towards the center, and that seat moves forward, and then this kicks up. This middle seat moves to the middle, and this kicks up and it reclines. And this is somewhere I could get very comfortable. This is so freaking nice. This is insane. Oh my God, imagine just, you know, going on a road trip here, sleeping. This is insane. I've now made my way to the third row, and with the second row seats moved up a bit, I have plenty of room. Look at that amount of knee room and also headroom. That is very decent. I'm 5'11", 180 centimeters, and having room here in the third row is quite impressive. But another thing that is impressive is, I'm going to show you, if we press this button here, then this opens up. This is a fridge, or it can also be heated. But if I press this button, guys, this is the most insane thing about this car. Then look at this. Look at this. So this is not an LCD screen, but this is a screen that comes down because up here there is a projector. And then you have a home theater in your Aito M8 or your Ceres Aito M8. And that is just freaking crazy. Have you seen anything like that in the rear? That is insane. I have no other words for what this is. So there we go, guys. That was an exclusive tour of this, the new Ceres Aito M8. I'm curious to know what you guys think about this, and if you're excited about this coming to Europe next year or in 2027. I think this is a very cool offering from a Chinese brand. So I'm pretty excited because I think this, yeah, is pretty awesome in a lot of ways. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below. And for more car content, as always, please subscribe. See you guys later, and goodbye.